In this video, Prime Minister Netanyahu calls out the UN and Secretary General for blatantly lying, accusing Israel of deliberately hurting UNIFIL soldiers. If any UNIFIL soldiers were hurt, Israel did not do it deliberately. Israel is not going after the UNIFIL, and there's a reason why the UN is lying. And that is because they are directly trying to weaken Israel from protecting their own citizens, close to 1 million of which are displaced from the north because of almost a year of incessant rocket attacks. Let's watch this video of the Prime Minister together.
The charge that Israel deliberately attacked UNIFIL personnel is completely false. It's exactly the opposite. Israel repeatedly asked UNIFIL to get out of harm's way. It repeatedly asked them to temporarily leave the combat zone, which is right next to Israel's border with Lebanon. In fact, on the day that Israel began its ground operation next to our border with Lebanon, we asked them specifically, please leave this area so you're not harmed. Israel is not fighting UNIFIL. It's not fighting the people of Lebanon. It is fighting Iran's proxy Hezbollah, which uses Lebanese territory to attack Israel. Hezbollah attacked Israel last year without any provocation on October 8th, a day after the Hamas massacre. And it's continued to attack us ever since by launching over 10,000 rockets and missiles at Israel. Hezbollah uses UNIFIL facilities and positions as cover while it attacks Israeli cities and communities. These attacks have claimed the lives of many Israelis, including yesterday. Israel has every right to defend itself against Hezbollah and will continue to do so. We regret any harm done to UNIFIL personnel, and the IDF is doing its utmost to prevent such incidents. But the best way to ensure the safety of UNIFIL personnel is for UNIFIL to heed Israel's request and to temporarily get out of harm's way.
In this next video, the Prime Minister Netanyahu addresses the Secretary General of the UN directly, and he schools him like a teacher schools a child. He, in the simplest of terms, and that's his way of calling out his lie. The best way to avoid danger is staying away from danger. Do exactly what we requested of you and remove your UNIFIL soldiers from a war zone. If not, they will be hostages of Hezbollah and get hurt due to Hezbollah. Let's watch this clip.
אני רוצה מכאן לפנות ישירות למזכ"ל האו"ם. הגיע הזמן שתוציא את יוניפיל ממעוזי החיזבאללה וממרחבי הלחימה. צה"ל ביקש זאת שוב ושוב, והוא נתקל בסירוב שוב ושוב, שכל כולו מכוון לתת חומת מגן אנושית למחבלי חיזבאללה. הסירוב שלך לפנות את חיילי יוניפיל הופך אותם לבני ערובה של חיזבאללה. זה מסכן גם אותם וגם את חיי חיילינו. אנו מצירים על הפגיעה בחיילי יוניפיל, ואנחנו עושים כל שביכולתנו כדי למנוע פגיעה הזאת. אבל הדרך הפשוטה והמתבקשת כדי להבטיח זאת היא פשוט להוציא אותם מאזור הסכנה. Mr. Secretary General, get the UNIFIL forces out of harm's way. It should be done right now, immediately.
He could not be more explicit. Remove the UNIFIL soldiers from harm's way. The question is, why isn't the UN removing their soldiers from harm's way? If any soldiers did get hurt, which Israel surely did not do intentionally, why were they there? We have to come to the realization and acknowledge openly that the UN is a cover. They are simply a smokescreen for terrorism, both in what they espouse coming out of their building in New York and both what they do in the field. The UNIFIL was put in 2006, they were put in South Lebanon for one reason. And the reason was to prevent Hezbollah from creating a stronghold in the south, threatening Israel. From the day that the UNIFIL was there, Hezbollah had free reign to begin building their stronghold in the south, and they have. They actually built tunnels. Do you know how long that takes and what is necessary to do that? What UNIFIL couldn't see that? They built tunnels under the border into Israel, all under UNIFIL's watchful eye, protecting them, not protecting Israel. And this is what needs to be called out directly, that no, Israel will continue to protect their citizens. Israel will continue to do everything that they need to do in order to return close to 1 million residents who have been displaced from the north back into their homes, and to call out UNIFIL for what it is, a smokescreen for terrorism, which means that you're partnering with terrorism.